Welcome in. I am the Crypto Bull God, and this is All in the Charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, drop me a comment, and click the bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live each and every single weekday. Sorry, guys, for coming out here later than I normally do. Kind of two reasons. One, pretty busy day here work-wise, but two, honestly feeling a little under the weather, so I almost didn't live stream, but decided I would come out here, probably a little bit of a shorter live stream. It's Tuesday. Tuesdays and Thursdays I do the TA Q&A, and so I thought I'd still come out here even if it's a 20-minute live stream, and whoever can join, certainly, you can drop your charting questions into the comments. I'm just going to kind of touch on some of the recent price action that's been taking place on Bitcoin and Kaspa. Have a conversation there. And then I'm going to turn it over to see what questions there are. So on Bitcoin here, you can see the market is for the most part red. It looks like XRP is having... It's funny. I was doing an analysis the other day. Can I pull this up here? I was doing an analysis the other day. I was looking at XRP, and I was like, I wonder where XRP's price was like 3 years ago. And if you look at the price where it is today, I mean, you can go back to like 2018. It's, yeah. Anyway. So XRP is having a nice day. Besides that, Binance is up. The rest of the market's just minorly red here. So what's going on with Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin's consolidating right in the range that we talked about. One of the things that I don't want you to lose track of is the general structure. We did review a lot of charts on Sunday, right? And we had such a bullish weekly close and the 2-week close, and I covered so much. However, one of the things we can do, one of the other things we should do in evaluating a chart like this is we should ask ourselves the question of what the general trend is. And by general trend, I mean, are we creating higher highs and higher lows, or are we creating lower lows and lower highs? So there's a couple ways to view that. In the shorter term here, we have a low here, we have a double bottom here, and a higher low here. So we have 3 higher lows, and we essentially have 3 higher highs. So we're building the higher highs and higher lows ever since we bottomed down there at that $53,000 area. However, the other thing to keep in mind, as confident as I am that once we get confirmation, which we have not gotten yet, of closes above 68,000, as confident as I am that we're going to see some swift movements up and Bitcoin's going to be creating new all-time highs, and I think that's going to be happening very shortly. The reality is we have a high, a lower high, double top here, lower high, lower high. So the other thing we have to do, and we should pay attention to, is as confident as I am, once we get up into this zone, we're going to be going to 85 to 92,000. We need to start clearing this area here. Where is that price level at? It's approximately 72,000. So you can see up here, I mean, that's funny. We basically perfectly touched $70,000, okay? So what you do want to watch for, once you see prices push back above 68,000, the other thing to keep in mind is, are we taking out these lower highs here? So you want to take out the 72,000. You then want to begin to take out 73,000, then obviously up here at 74,000. So let's jump to Kaspa. Look at the sea of red today. Of course, XLM is up because XRP is up. And if you're new here, I'm not, if you haven't been in the market for a long time, one of the things you will note, not every day, but most days when XRP is up, XLM will be up. You can you can certainly provide your portfolio some diversification. That's how I've kind of viewed it over the years, by holding some XRP and XLM, because you will have days when those assets are turning to the upside and the rest of the market is stagnant or red. You will note, as we progress along here and we get closer to the sort of the final stages of our euphoria within the market, when that does come, which I don't think it's going to come until next year, but as we get to that stage in 2025, you will see days when both XRP and XLM are pumping, easily 50% plus in a single day, and the rest of the market will be sort of stagnant. And then you'll flip to the next day, and you'll see that the rest of the market is up huge, and now XRP and XLM are correcting. So it's something you become very well versed in from being here for a while. But Kaspa right now is like the honey badger. Kaspa just doesn't give a fuck. Kaspa is going to want to do what Kaspa wants to do. And one of the things, now I actually have plans. Well, this is an official announcement because it's been a long time. I do have plans to put a published video out for Kaspa. I haven't done any published videos in a long time, but I am in the works currently, in kind of behind the scenes here, deriving the ideas that I want to put into that video. So I'm not going to go into as much detail as I would like, because I'd like to cover that in a separate video. But for now, I can't understand, I can't fathom how you wouldn't be bullish on this chart. We're pushing above the zone that I spoke about, right up here at 19 cents. This is on the weekly chart. I have this shown. Let's look at the 3-day chart. You can look at the daily. I mean, this is actually beautiful. This daily here, this depicts it perfectly. As you can see, this range, look at the wick here, we just couldn't push above here. Look what happened. Right when we popped above here, this wick, what does this represent, guys? This represents that there were sellers that pushed the price down towards 19 cents. Buyers came in and stepped the fuck up and bought it up. So we're holding 19 cents as an area of support. I would continue to exercise patience here. I did tweet out a couple things out there, just trying to be funny. If you're following me on Twitter at CryptoBullGod, again, it's one word. If you're following me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But tried to stick a few things out there in humor to highlight the fact that Kaspa has been teasing us for quite a period of time now, right? I've made the argument that essentially what's been going on is, ever since this candlestick here, no, it wasn't here. I thought it was November. Yeah, here. Ever since this candlestick back here, oh, wait, I thought this was November. Why did I say November of 23? Am I mistaken? What's up, my friend? Welcome into the live stream there, Jep Rocks. I thought this was November of 23. Why? It's not since November of 23. Why did I say November of 23? It's really been since February of 24. I hate when I make a mistake. In any event, ever since here, losing my place here. Ever since here back in February of 24, Kaspa has just been consolidating, right? Essentially, we hit a peak of 19 cents. We had a pretty sharp correction down here to the 10.5 cent area. Of course, in this bottoming area here, this is where I had posted out that I had converted the majority of my Doge holding into Kaspa. At the time, Doge was where are we at? Yeah, you can see March 5th. Last night, I remember where I was and making this sell, but I sold my Doge at 19.5 cents, and I traded it for Kaspa at 15.8 cents. And And the nice thing is, not only is that going to turn out to be a brilliant move, and it's a great example of, one of the things I caution you guys on is not to flip coins too often, right? I am not a proponent of flipping coins, because I think ultimately you're going to lose out with that sort of mentality. But I do think if you know what you're holding, and if you, I think there are certain opportunities that at times do present themselves. You have to be selective to rotate into something else in your portfolio, right? Just like I said, the past couple weeks, I took the opportunity to revisit my portfolio and say, hey, how could I make my portfolio stronger? And I repositioned it in a way that I'm going to ride my winners. I'm going to ride the ones with the strongest charts, right? Maybe a year and a half ago, I felt one way based on how the charts presented themselves. But as emerging price data has come in within the past year and a half, now it's telling me a different story. And so I think the best thing to do, speaking from experience, is to not be stubborn and just stick to something because you invested in it. And while it's got to do well, that's called hope and emotion. I'm going to rely purely on my logic and education and common sense, quite frankly. So anyway, I had rotated some Doge into Caspa, and you can see based on the current price level of Doge is at 12 or 13 cents, Caspa is at essentially 20 cents. Turned out to be a great switcheroo. So we've been consolidating, and Caspa's just been, fucking around with us and teasing us now for a little while. But we're at the point, who knows, maybe what will happen as I'm live streaming here, but we're at the point now where this definitively wants to push up. So another pattern you could sort of take a look at here, let's go to a 2-day. Sort of have like an ascending triangle going on is where I'm going with this. I mean, essentially you have this nice flat base here that just got broken. Okay. And you have an ascending area of support here. So, we essentially came down here, we bottomed, we came up here, we're just riding this, and we're just waiting to bust a nut. Now, again, I feel very convicted that once you actually see the 2-0 begin to print on Caspa, which it keeps getting close to, ultimately I think that's what's going to be the trigger for this thing to go substantially higher. Wouldn't be surprised if that sort of coincided with some upside in the market. So we'll have to see. Mazda Dashcam, welcome in, my friend. Jeprox, I've talked about that a few times. That isn't possible on YouTube. I would welcome it, but unfortunately you can't do that on YouTube. So I've actually commented a few times on my live stream. I would love to turn over the mic to you guys and actually hear you ask some questions, but it's unfortunately not possible. Okay. I basically went through the two charts that I wanted to. So it's TA Q&A, guys. So don't be shy. Speak up. Let me know what TA questions you have. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter live stream. I'm feeling under the weather here and just looking to clean up the kitchen shortly here, and then get into bed and just relax, quite honestly. So, but if you guys have any questions, that's why I came out today. So drop your questions, and if there aren't questions coming in, this is going to be an even shorter live stream than 20 minutes. Let me see if there's something I want to cover real quick since nobody has any questions. I haven't looked at Flare in a while. How the hell? You guys, thank you, Mazda. Evan, there you are, my friend. Welcome in. Evan, there's like nobody on the live stream right now. You can feel free to blow up the comments. You'll be fine. this is the one time I'm giving you the one time I'm giving you the go ahead to just blow up the comments. Flare, I think I had shared with you guys that I do own a substantial amount of Flare. I have it wrapped and staked. I took part in that XRP airdrop for Flare. As you can see, again, and I'll continue to use Casper as the example. This was a shitty looking chart, right? And so I was very fair in my assessment when I would post about this. But this thing made a true V-shaped recovery. And I got on board with it quickly and pointed it out to people that it was very impressive, the recovery we made from under a penny all the way up to 5-6 cents here. Look what it's done since then. Ever since March, we've corrected down from 5.6 cents all the way down to 1.7 cents. Now, this is a falling wedge, guys. This is a bullish pattern on Flare. So typically what you like to see in a falling wedge for a confirmation of the pattern to play out here, you want to see the candle body push above the descending line here. Typically, as I've often quite said, when you break out of these descending areas of resistance, whether it's a falling wedge or just a descending area of resistance, quite commonly you'll get a wick that likes to backtest this area if it's bullish and then continue to push up. But the way that you can measure the technical target on this, we're looking at this on a weekly in this case. So in this case, what you can do is you can measure from the top of the falling wedge there to the bottom point right here. And this is your technical target. Not a really high target. Depends on the point of breakout. If we broke out here, here, here. So if we broke out down here, it's giving you a measured target of over 3 cents. So, but this has been in a significant downtrend. I would look for this to turn around at some point with the rest of the market. But the rest of the market needs to begin to enter that fun euphoric time where dumb money comes in and props up everything that we have been buying into for a couple years now, well over a year at least. Hopefully, most of you. Jeprox, I didn't see your question. Yeah, we can quickly take a look. We do have the Fed meeting tomorrow. No rate hike. I didn't even know the Fed meeting was tomorrow. Thanks for pointing that out. Guys, as a reminder tomorrow, Donna, thank you very much for the nice comment. Glad you find the content helpful. Just as a reminder tomorrow, I do have a medical appointment tomorrow, and I don't know if I will be able to live stream. So that's going to be a TBD. So we will see. That's what they say, Evan. That's what they say. XRP is gonna moon. That's what they say. I don't know. I see a lot of outlandish targets out there when we've never even broken $3. So I don't know, my friend. Okay, Bitcoin dominance. Not much has changed since we took a look at this. We actually took a look at this pretty recently. We took a look at this on Sunday. Not much has changed. Again, in the cryptocurrency space, I've shared this with you before, a majority of the market are comprised by quote-unquote investors that seemingly have ADHD. They do not have patience. And especially when you have, this isn't me hoping for something, as I always say. This is me just telling you what the chart's telling me. This is a rising wedge. It's a bearish pattern, okay? It's the complete opposite of a falling wedge. We start wide here and we get narrow down here. Here we start wide and get narrow up to the top, right? So this is a rising wedge. It's better depicted when I do that, okay? This is going to roll over, okay? It's just a matter of when. Evan is taking the opportunity to take me up on blowing up the comments. Nice, Evan. Nice work there. But we're right in this yellow zone that I talked about, right? I mean, this isn't, again, very similar to the Ethereum BTC chart and very similar to Ethereum price action. This is doing exactly what I said it would do. The only thing I would call out that I wasn't expecting was it to last as long as it has, okay? But this is going to break down at some point. We just need to wait for this 53 level to break for confirmation, right? So it's not a confirmation once we start to break down like this. I guarantee you, if you go on Twitter, you're going to have people saying, oh my God, Bitcoin dominance is dropping. We're entering alt season. No. First off, we need the candles to print. We need weekly candles to print outside of this range here. Secondly, for me to feel convinced, I need to see 53% as a key area of price confluence. Once we begin to break 53 is where I really think we're going to see some massive runs in the market. USDT, we just looked at that. Jep, I don't think there's really any updates there. I mean, we can take a look at it. But, yeah, there's really nothing going on. We just covered this on Sunday. Jep, were you there on the live stream on Sunday? Because we just covered this one. I'm not sure if you saw it. But if you didn't catch that live stream, I actually think the live stream that I did on Sunday for the weekly and 2 weekly close unquestionably is the most important live stream that will be out this week for sure. And one that you'll want to catch if you haven't caught. But I covered this chart. Nothing has changed. Let's see. Let me see if I can quickly get through Evan's comments to see anything I want to comment on here. Evan, I love that you share your thoughts. You know, you're a man of not few words. You're a man of many words. Okay. Let's see. You know, it's interesting. You say altcoin, you say it's going to be crazier than any other cycle. We'll have to see. I think it'll be interesting to see a couple things play out, in particular what narratives will be strongest. I think anyone, you know, and I've been harping on this for months for a reason, because I want you guys to benefit. Anyone who is fading the social token meme coin narrative is going to quickly realize how wrong they were, in my opinion. I'm positioned appropriately. I told you my what is it? What did I dub this? Crypto meme triple threat, which is Whiff, Brett, and Wojak. So I'm positioned accordingly. Not that I don't own any other memes outside of this, because I do. These are my three largest positions within the meme coin space. Again, I hold a few others, but they're not really material. Like, I own Pepe, but I honestly don't own a lot of Pepe. Yeah, I think it's interesting conjecture. We already covered Caspa, Mazda. We already covered that. I think it's interesting conjecture when people talk about price targets out 10 years from now, but we're worried about the foreseeable future. Everybody, welcome in, Juan. You're right at the end of the live stream, guys. I'm gonna cut it here. I just wanted to come out. And I just wanted to kind of give you a quick update, but also just see what questions there were, which there aren't really too many questions. So, again, I will try my best to live stream tomorrow, but I can't make any promises. But regardless, I'll be back on Thursday, unless I'm coming down with the flu or something, which I highly doubt. I think I just have some sort of a cold, lack of a better term. And yeah, so, all right, guys, I'm going to cut it here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, let's all spread awareness and carry the education forward. Take care, guys.